1988 Mercedes 300. As you can see, it's finished in this lovely metallic gold colour with a strip running along the bottom in a slightly different colour. I will just quickly brush around the outside because it is important on stuff like this to check that it is all one colour. As you can see, all one colour, all the same shade. No nasty discrepancies between the panels, which is always good to see because it really does ruin a car, I think. This one, really sensible mileage for one of these. You quite often see them well over 200,000. This one's in the 80s. Same family owner from new, but we will detail that in the description. So really good provenance on this thing. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If we start on this front driver's corner, all nice and clean on this front wing. This arch, lovely and solid, no sign of any corrosion. Good wheel and tyre. If we look down the side of the car, you can see lovely and straight. All the panel gaps and everything are good. That's what you want to see. Nothing to really note on that front quarter. Going on to the driver's door. The rubber could do with sort of sitting, or the cap's a little bit. Oh yeah, we fixed it for you. So that cap's a little bit loose. That one's refitting properly. Just so it sits in right, but there's no scuffs or marks or anything on that. Driver's door itself, lovely and clean. Whole car wants a really good polish and a clean up, but it is presentable as it is. A little bit of milkiness in the chrome that goes along the bottom of the window, across both doors, around the handle and everything nice and tidy. You've got a very small little scratch just here on the rear driver's door. This arch has a small bubble at the very bottom of the front. But other than that, the rest is nice and clean, as you can see. Around the filler cap and everything, that's good. There is a very small chip. It's been touched in, just on the leading edge there. On this side, on the boot lid and around the rear screen is all good. All the glass is nice and clear on this. This rear bumper on this side and the rear quarter, all nice and tidy. Rear lights are bright and free from any cracks. You've got a little chip in the bumper just here. And another one just here. It's a bit of muck, so we'll ignore that one. And underneath there, all nice and tidy. Boot lid itself, there's no dents or ripples or anything in it, nice and straight. All the correct badging, 300 SE, make badge, all that sort of stuff. A little bit of corrosion on the cap of the aerial, which is easy enough to sort. And you've got a little bit appearing just at the bottom of the screen there. The rest of it, all nice and tidy. And this rear passenger quarter, and again, looking down this side of the vehicle, you'll see nice and straight. There is a mark on the leading edge of the bumper there, and then it sort of scratch comes along here. The arch is good, nice and clean. Another good wheel and tyre. Going along this sill again, sill covers and everything are there, nice and tidy. Rear passenger door, it's happened a little bit further up, so we'll show you as well. Someone did key the car at some point, so it's got a small line of key there. Another one here. No real reason for someone to do that. It's life imprisonment, I think. Bonnet, the roof. Again, all straight, no sign of any dents or anything like that. Around the sunroof, no sign of any corrosion, which can be quite common on these. This front passenger door, you've got a little bit of paint flake on the plastic. Only a little bit, barely noticeable, but we do like to point these things out. And then obviously you've got that key mark, which you can see there, going on to the front wing. Front arch, all nice and straight, nice and tidy, no sign of any corrosion. Little stone chip on the leading edge there. A couple of stone chips on the front of the bonnet, as you'd expect. And to be fair, the chrome work on the grille could do with a really good polish. And the screws on the plate, if we're going to be really picky, are the wrong kind of screws, so they've corroded. Dead easy to fix that. Rest of the front end, all nice and tidy. Nice straight bonnet. And like I say, all the panels are the same colour, which is the winner for me. It is missing this chrome piece of trim, but it is in the boot. It just wants that cleaned and resealed. I'm guessing it's had a windscreen at some point and not been put back in properly. And you will notice the toe eye cover is missing, but that is in the boot as well. It was a little bit loose when it came to us, so we took it off rather than dropping off and getting driven over. Harder to replace than they are just to put back in properly. Interior is this nice patterned brown interior. It goes really well with the gold, I think. Very 80s. And again, being a Merc on sensible miles, the seats show barely any sign of wear at all. Could do with a good cleaning here, but it is nice and straight. There's no funny smells or anything. Headlining's great. A little bit of wear on the steering wheel. I'm guessing the majority of its life it's been driven with someone with rings on. But top of the dash, it's all good. All the wood is nice. It's not peeling or falling away or anything like that. Even on the door cards there you can see, quite often they'll come away at this piece here or around this panel, but they're all good. As you can see, electric windows, electric sunroof. Was driven to us, it was being driven fairly regularly I believe. It's always started fine with us and does seem to drive quite well. Haven't done major mileage in it, but we've had it down the road briefly. It does drive like you'd expect from this sort of mileage and this age. Rear bench, it's all nice and tidy. Nothing to whinge about there. If we have a look through the window of the parcel shelf, that's not faded, which is nice. In the boot, we've got about 400 tapes. Just in case you want to cruise down the road listening to something. What we've got, Michael McDonald. Yeah, don't let that put you off. And there's that chrome trim. It sits on the top of the windscreen, so one either side. That's all good. There's a set of Merc mats to go with it there, and then this is your cover, and then there's some spares. So an oil filter, some brake discs, things like that, just in case you want them. No point in the old owner keeping them. Actually, as well, more importantly, underneath here is all nice and tidy. Common area on these Mercs and the coupes. It's one of the first things you want to check. It's quite a difficult repair, but that is nice and solid. Rear door card on this side, all clean. As is the rear bench from this side. Again, that headlining, lovely and straight. No funny smells or anything in there. That is coming away ever so slightly there. It wants a new clip, I would presume. It does sit back in, but I think when you slam the door, it'll ping off again, but it's an easy fix, that. Passenger seat, all nice and tidy. Could do with a good shampoo. Someone's got in the rain, I think, and it quite often this happens. It leaves this sort of tide mark, if you like. Good steam cleaner gets that straight out. Quite an easy fix. Something to do on a Sunday afternoon, I guess. Got the bonnet pulled. We've got the wrong side, they are. Wasting your time. Should know better than that. Okay, so that's a 300. A good look at the inner wings and everything there. There's a little bit of surface around here, which you always find, but other than that, it is nice and solid. This side is better. Air cleaner could do with a good clean off and a repaint, and the whole thing wants a good clean because it is just dusty, as you can see. But cleaning engine bays is not everybody's thing. Easy enough job to sort out. Get it all cleaned up, it'll make a big difference, and then a little bit of the sound deadening is peeling away there. Overall, a very nice, presentable, sensible mileage, sensible owners. Big Merc. Like I say, it's always started on the button with us. Doesn't seem to drop any fluids or anything like that. Gearbox seems to be happy enough. No sign of any smoke coming out the back there. Nice and smooth. So there you have it. 1988 Mercedes 300 SE. If you've got any inquiries, please get in touch.